How did preparations go ahead of this tournament with such a busy calendar for Namibia?
We tried our best. Like I said before, we came from Morocco, now directed to COSAFA. We came a bit early here. Preparation went well. I think a bit of fatigue because we've been long in camp, but I think gelling together was working, and players are communicating, and we're getting what we want from them.
And the team's objectives this year, based on last year's results, finishing fourth, what is now the objectives?
We actually want to do just better than last year. We're hoping for the best final this time. We're going all out. And it's COSAFA, anything can happen. One of the toughest group, I think. But yeah, we think we can get out of that and be, some semi-final, final will be very great for us this time.
Let's talk about your 12 new players and just the team's setup in this tournament.
You know what, when we went back after COSAFA last year, some players got injured, some had other commitments. We opted to have, something like the league was luckily busy, so we got new players that shows potential, that can be part of the national team, that are part of the national team. Some of them were old players who played before, just they haven't played a long time in the national team, but they are back now, and they want to show why they were selected before and why I'm giving them another chance.
All the best, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
When you look at Botswana's football from WAFCON, you look at what's happening with Champions League, there's something special going on in Botswana's women's football. Would you say you are rebuilding or you are just now preparing for the future?
It's a combination of the two, just to maintain that, because there was a bit of interruption in terms of building up, because those who are coming, the young ones that are coming, have not yet come to the level where we can say they are competitive. But we are working on this one to maintain them so that when we bring the new ones, it becomes a process which is going to take maybe a couple of years, 2-3 years, until we have maybe a strong side.
You joined the team just last month, so you haven't had time, but how did preparations go in terms of just getting the team ready for the tournament?
To tell the truth, it has been a bit difficult because going to Gabon was a challenge, but we managed to go through, and with their experience and the confidence, they were able to adjust to the situation and the challenges, and here we are.
Let's talk about now you taking on quite a tough team that was in fourth place last year. What kind of a game are you expecting from them?
Yes, we came expecting that it's going to be a tough game. But as I told the players, take every game as it comes and have no respect for your opponent. Just know that you came here for business and let the best team win.
All the best, Coach.
Thank you.
One-time losing finalists at the Hollywoodbets COSAFA Women's Championships, Namibia face another nation to have lost in a final in Botswana, as both look for a winning start to their campaigns at the Lucas Moripe Stadium in Atteridgeville.
As it stands, it's Namibia with the advantage going into that half, with the goal coming from Millicent, and getting that early goal and certainly setting them up for the rest of that half. But I'm not alone for this halftime analysis. I am with Pinky Majeka. Banyana, former player and football legend. Pinky, what did you make of the first half? What did you see?
Listen, with Botswana coming here as the favorite, I thought they will bring the game to Namibia, but it was a different ball game. Yeah. So Namibia were very reserved, and they're sharing the ball in the middle, making those combination passes and forcing them to make mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely, because when you also think of the Botswana coach, he said, we are going to meet them pound for pound. But right now, it is all about Namibia. There's a patience, there's a nice build-up play for them. They look more disciplined.
Oh yeah, they are, especially from the back. I mean, they pack their defense very nicely. They make sure that they close the spaces very nicely, and they have discipline, especially at the back, and moving forward and making sure that they make those runs and passes to the forward.
Well, this is how things then transpired now in the first half. It was Namibia with that early goal, but we look at now the build-up. We look at also that assist as well. Ball control, Pinky.
Oh, nice. I think that was a moment of brilliance with the number memory, taking players over there and eventually scoring the goal by memory. So I think it was a good goal by her and ball control by her.
Yeah, Memory Ngonda with that assist, and then of course Millicent finishing that. But I mean, when you look at now Botswana, they are trying to push forward. But you look at just that rest defense from Namibia. They've just created this roadblock at the back, and they just have so many questions in how to open up that defense in Namibia.
Oh yeah, Namibia, they've tried to play long balls, which didn't really work for them. But I think they've had about 2 or 3 chances where they tried to shot on target. But I think coming to the next second half, I think they should make sure that they, create those chances and utilize them.
That is their first box entry from Balatani Johannes, and that came in the 37 minutes. So that's already telling you just how difficult it was for Botswana just to finally get those gaps behind that defense of Namibia. But now what does Botswana have to do now going into the second half?
Listen, they have to be composed. They have to make sure that they take the game to Namibia, make sure that they try to push them so they can make mistakes, so they can try and make those shots to the goal.
Yeah, well, when you also look at those stats now and what the first half then translates to, it was all really about Namibia going into this first half, but it is 46 ball possession to them, and you look at Botswana. They may have the ball possession, but they have little to really show for it. But I am going to let Pinky go, and we're going to do a little bit of a substitute here, as now I have Obaba Timothy Shongwe, COSAFA Exco member and chairperson of competitions. Bab Shongwe, what did you make of this half?
Oh, it's brilliant. It was good football. I'm sure we all enjoyed. And we're looking forward to the second half. Yeah.
Bob Timothy, you look at now, it's finally come to Gauteng. And, you know, the City of Gold has been wanting to host this tournament. But you look at now the different stadiums as well that are hosting this. We're looking at the fans and the communities. What are some of now the initiatives and the innovations around having COSAFA now in Gauteng?
Well, I'm so happy that finally we are here in Gauteng. We've always wanted to come here. There's been a few discussions before, but finally we are here. And there's been quite a few challenges at the beginning. It's the first time. So we're hoping that as time goes on, we will do much better. The stadiums, they're all looking good, and they are very good stadiums, and we are happy when I hosted here.
Are you happy now with the growth and the style of play and just the progress that a lot of these teams have made? I mean, we see a lot of players from Champions League, but we see their influence now in the national teams.
Absolutely, and I've just been talking with Brenda, head of COSAFA Women Football. I mean, we now have our girls given contracts, professional contracts with the clubs. And if you ask me about the progress and development, there it is. Our girls now are being recognized and are being offered contracts with the different clubs. We are extremely happy about that.
Having also clubs and giving them contracts as well, does that sort of give them also that that incentive to want to stay and give back into football and grow the local football and not all go overseas?
Absolutely. If you look at this competition this time around, we don't have overseas best players. Yet we produced a lot. They're all with clubs in overseas. We are sort of like beginning now. I see new and young girls coming up, which I believe they were inspired by the girls that are now playing overseas. And for me, that's the pipeline. That's what pleases me a lot.
Bob Shongwe, it's always an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Absolutely, Mama. Thank you very much.
Well, as it stands, it is 1-0 to Namibia. Now the big question is, can Botswana bounce back from this and salvage a point, or do a smash and grab and go all the way for the 3 points? Well, let's get into it. Second half is up next.
So let's go back to a beautifully created and composure on the finishing as far as this goal here.
Great ball crossed by Ngoma, and a good first touch by Hikwem, and finding the back of the net with a brilliant piece of play, eliminating defenders to make sure that Namibia opened the scoring. But it was some lovely feet from Ngoma to find a very, very determined Millicent Hikwem to get that goal for Namibia.
Hikwem put Namibia in the lead. They look good inside the opening 25 minutes. Slowly, Botswana started to force their way back into this game. And, well, there was a moment that put a good save from Mateus. Then, defender allowing the ball to bounce in the end. Couldn't get purchase on the clearance.
Johannes, they're getting a good shot and a good sight of goal. First time shot, first time volley, but also you've got to give credit to Melissa. Just an outstretched right leg to deny her.
Here's your equalizer. Wow.
That was too fast, perhaps almost fast for our cameras as well, but really picking out some great work, and who else but the captain to bring them back into this match.
Quality in the opening goal, quality in the equalizer goal. Yes, there's no separating both Namibia and Botswana. Good contest between these two nations here as they get their campaigns off to a, well, start with, they'll have to share the spoils here. They share just about everything else, including ball possession stats.
Definitely a fair reflection of how this match ended. Namibia 1, Botswana 1, 1 yellow card apiece, and I think a pretty fair game.
Yeah, Botswana will be maybe the happy of the one side that looks at those numbers and thinks they should have done a little better in trying to walk away with the 3 points.
Well, our player of the match is Lone Gaufetoge, and to hand over her award is Mr. Pius Ngandela, the SAFA Provincial Executive Committee Chairperson for the Gauteng Province. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You can hand over her award. Thank you so much, Lona. Kopo atumele kanyane o swaka. We bone jwang papadi ya hao gompieno. Beya mic coach.
Okay. Well, today we didn't play well, but we're hoping that next time we'll do better. Yeah.
What was the difference between the two halves for both your for your team?
Well, we tried to pick the pace up the second half as compared to the first half, so that we can find a goal just like we did.
And your personal performance?
Not really, but I'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Lone. Thank you so much. And please hand over the mic to your coach. Coach, hello. I mean, it was so close, but you managed to salvage a point.
Yes. First half, we didn't play our game altogether. They were just intimidating us, pushing, and so second half I told them, no, let's go and play our ball. Knock those passes, we'll create an opportunity, we'll score.
Yeah, you look at the first half, it was so hard to even just get those box entries.
Yeah.
But then you look at now the second half, your team was more patient, but that goal, my goodness, coach.
Yeah, we will come back. The problem is we're never rested. We're only doing recoveries. We only had one day yesterday to train. So they're still not tuned to. This was just the beginning. Maybe we'll play better the next game.
Thank you so much, coach. You don't get the win, but you salvage a point, coach.
Yes.
Thank you
It's
so
better
much.
than nothing.
Yes, coach. Absolutely. Well, it is all about now Botswana and Namibia sharing the spoils for today. Now joining me is Coach Mervin Mbakera of Namibia. Coach, how did you see today's performance?
Yeah, I think, look, first and foremost, we have to give gratitude to God that we ended up playing and we got a point. This is a league format. So when you pick up a point, you grabbed it and you take it from there. I think, look, we are coming from WAFCON qualifiers. We had a bit of a different game model that we had. Our attacking and defending principle was a bit different. So today we had to try to tilt it. But I think the girls, the understanding is it's a bit there, but just just a bit of lack of concentration, and then we conceded. But I think we move on, we take the point, and we march along. These are gladiators.
Thank you so much, Coach, and you'll take the point, I'm guessing. Thank you so much.